Let's start. So this is a video to explain in 2020, should you still buy the MacBook Pro 2018 15-inch version? I used this laptop since last year, 2019, and I tried many things on this laptop, include games, documentation, programming, and even some boot camps. So I'm trying to give the best review as I can for this laptop. So let's talk about the daily using first. For a high-end laptop from 2018, there isn't much problem with the daily using. It's got a big battery. It's enough for you to watching video for about at least 7 hours, or working on your docs from morning to night. So for some software like Excel or Outlooks, it does available on macOS, but you need to pay the fees for the software, which is not free on macOS. But there are pre-installed software. It's similar to the Excel and Outlooks. So for example, Pages. So I'm now using Page to write this script for this video. It works just like Microsoft Word. The web browser built for this laptop is Safari. There are Chrome if you like to use it. However, Safari is saving more power than Chrome, and you can still use your Gmail or Google Docs on Safari. The next thing I'm going to talk about is professional software like editing, 3D drawing, coding software, and music software. For 3D rendering or drawing, I would sadly not suggest this laptop. Apple is making great design and software experience, but when it comes to software of 3D rendering, it asks for high-end GPU, and the laptop must have a better temperature control. When I was using Unity, the CPU can easily reach out about 100 degrees, and it starts drop frequency to keep the temperature down. So don't pick this laptop if you're sure you are going to 3D rendering or other software require a high-end GPU power. However, when it comes to editing video, this is the advantage of this laptop. Since video editing is using more CPU rather than GPU, means this laptop is still a decent choice for editing video, even in 4K. There is no lag at all. But I would suggest you to upgrade to a high 32GB RAM version and at least 512 disk space if you want the 2018 version, because as you need to store many files on your laptop and install many software, which will use a lot of space inside the laptop. There is already coding software built for macOS, which is Xcode. Xcode is a very good software for coding. The path is easy, and there are error correction system if you're using some Perl support code like C++. And it also supports other programming software like Python 3 Idle, Visual Studio. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is gaming performance and bootcamp. Since there are less games you can play on macOS, so you have to use in Bootcamp or Windows 10 for most games, like Destiny 2, PUBG, Minecraft Redstone Edition. In this video, I'm gonna test it by using Destiny 2 in bootcamps. So in Destiny 2, I'm using 720p resolution, lowest effects to play the game. Since GPU on this laptop is not enough to keep 60 FPS in the game on high resolution or above media effects. I played for 2 hours of the game. In the game, I'm not seeing any big frame drop. It keeps running at 60 FPS. However, sometimes there is a sudden lag, which can be frustrating if you are playing in competitive mode with other people or you are in a mission. However, the temperature of CPU can hold about 80 degrees and 3.9 GHz outcore, which means the laptop is only a little bit hot, but it will not burn your head.
Even though this game do support full resolution and 2080 x 1800, but only if you won't play it in 10 to 20 FPS. In the boot camp, the problem with it is more heterogeneous than macOS. As I search online, some people say it is because Windows are doing more floating calculation and background, which increase the average temperature about 10 degrees. Even it become like about 50 degrees when I was only doing my work on Google Docs. Even though the game performance is okay, but it's not okay for its price. For a price and such an expensive price, you can buy a much better gaming laptops, which you can get a RTX 2016 or even RTX 2018 Max Core laptop, which means you can basically play in no lag at all and with a high resolution and effect. But if you just want to try out macOS system and you are not doing any heavy load software, I suggest you buy the cheaper 2020 MacBook Air, which has a decent CPU and GPU for running daily usage. Or you can either pick the 2019 6-inch MacBook Pro, which is only about a little more than the 2018 version. It's around $400 US, but which has a much better design. It can lower down the temperature and upgrade CPU with a much better GPU and a stable keyboard.
So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you like and enjoy this video, please click the subscribe and like button, and leave a comment below if you have any question about this laptop. So see you next time.